The Virgin Islands Fire Rescue Service has been through many successful cycles of recruits, and today we'll get to meet the new 2017 recruits for the department. Their journey began on February 1st, and today we'll get to speak with each of them and hear their hopes and expectations of becoming a fire officer. But first, let's hear from Chief Fire Officer, Mr. Zebulon McLean.
We have to recruit fire officers not based on the time of year, but based on the number of vacancies. It is a unique situation. We can't train 2 officers at a time. Officers respond as part of crews, so we have to train them by crews. So ideally, we like to have at least 3 or 4. The last time we recruited was in 2013. We had a class of 4 fire officers then, all successful. The training for the new recruits is going to last between 12 to 14 weeks. And it's going to be basically focusing on 4 different aspects. The theoretical aspect, you have to be able to read, to learn the material, and to be assessed through written exams. Then you have the practical aspect. You have to be able to use the equipment, to perform the drills, to know how and when and where to use the truck, the hoses, and all those different types of apparatus. Then you have the physical aspect, where you're going to have to show your level of conditioning. In order to be a fire officer, you can't just get to a scene and then after about a couple of minutes you're too tired to continue. So there's going to be some emphasis placed on getting you conditioned. And the fourth, of course, would be the oral component. As you know, not everyone is comfortable in a classroom setting. So it's fair that you would have the recruits not only take a written exam, but also take an oral exam as well. That way you can take the average to ensure that they do know the material, and those persons who might have exam anxiety, for example, would get a chance to show that they do know the material. Usually I would say around 75%. That's a pretty consistent figure. Usually about 75% of the persons who are successful to make it to the training would get through the entire training program. With regards to me being hopeful about this new set of recruits, I can't afford to be hopeful. There are times when someone might look like they're going to be on the ball, but then it turns out that they may be so deficient in one area that they can't quite make it through. So I usually wait and see. As you know, the cream will always rise to the top. Well, the application process that eventually leads to you becoming a fire officer is a bit lengthy but necessary. You have to fill out an application form, which you can get from one of our fire stations. Many persons send application forms through government, and then they still have to end up filling out one of ours. Once we get that done, then we would call you in, and you're going to have to do a series of exams, written exams. If you are successful, then you're going to be called in to receive documents to go and get a medical exam. You're going to be tested for all manner of different things. If that is successful, if the doctor deems that you are capable of being trained, then you have a series of physical tests that you have to go through. You have to be able to run, to climb, to swim, to do a series of different things to show us that your body and your mind is capable of withstanding the training, because the training can be pretty tough. And once that is done, and you're successful in that regard, then we have the final stage, which is the interview stage. And from the interview stage, the candidates are selected and you are allowed to go into the program.
Well, my name is Shakoy Smith and I'm 19 years old.
My name is Alim Foy. I'm 21 years old.
My name is DeQuanta Debria, 19 years old.
My name is Anisha Graham. I'm 21 years old.
My name is Akeem Delplesh and I'm 20 years old.
My name is Adrian Stout and I'm 31 years old.
Since I was 5 years old, I wanted to be a firefighter. I think there was one of the normal fire weeks where they come in to the school. And the first time I saw them in full uniforms next to the next to the appliances, the fire trucks. I knew I wanted to be operating one. I don't know why, but that just felt right. And since then, it's been a slow path back to the fire station.
Well, the reason I wanted to become a fire officer is because I don't want to be in the office field. I want to be out on the field, actually doing the work and getting into and being a part of the men that I'm with, and just doing what I have to do and show them that ain't only a man could be a fireman. You have a firewoman as well.
Well, I like the role of being a firefighter because it's a challenge, and I like a challenge. I like something that not expected, because we'll get a phone call now, and it could be as simple as it could be a cat in a tree, or it could be a major fire at Seacoast Bay or wherever on the island. So that's a challenge for me. That's something that I'll quote myself and get into the position of being a firefighter. So I just like the fact that it's a big challenge. By sweating, about to fall down. By feel my muscles.
Were you really expected before February 1st?
Expecting my muscles to be sore on a Monday morning, yes.
Expectations for the training before coming in, I was really expecting a lot of sweating, running, lifting, a lot of heavy lifting, a lot of use of the equipments, teaching us the different usage, the different terminologies, signs, more like a military style training expectation. Well, running, that's number one, because obviously a fireman needs a lot of stamina. It's been incorporated to us to drill into our minds. Stamina is key. So we do a lot of running, slight exercising. I mean, as fresh recruits off the street, you want to gradually condition everyone, not just put them to do the hardest thing and then you break them down. So we're gradually getting ourselves conditioned so that we can all build our stamina, our strengths, and everything. And also it's a lot of mental training as well, in terms of like respect, working as a team, thinking as one body, and stuff like that. Letting your mind push your body to its maximum potential. Yes. We all are not on the same level physically, so it's been challenging more for some than others, but I think we're doing a really good job.
For you, what is your challenge?
My challenge, I would say, would be getting back into shape at my age versus the younger recruits that are more physically fit with stamina and stuff, but it's coming along pretty well.
Well, for me, one of my challenges are rolling out the hose and making it back up. Also, I'll say some of the drills that we do is a little challenging for me, but still I try to go over it and do it, make sure it's done properly and stuff like that.
Well, it's kind of challenging for me because I trying to get back into being more active, because I used to run track when I was in high school, and after I came out of high school I got a baby, 2 years now, and I trying to get back my body into being more active than how it was before. Yes, we do.
I think we're all comfortable with that, but the training still needs to get there. 'Cause
yeah.
More
put us in a
improvement.
room and tell us to fight a fire. I don't know how it go right now.
But so far the communication is wonderful.
Yeah.
So we don't have any
Second time.
problems to trust it. It's really our biggest issue. When you go to that business.
Yeah, if I'm lacking in certain areas, my co-worker still will always correct me, or Mr. Smith. So I feel really comfortable with these guys.
I think by now, after going through the first week, everyone here can say that we will all make it to these entire weeks of training. We have no quitters amongst us. So, yeah, we're off to a good start and we're hoping to end on a good finish.
As you heard, the recruits are hopeful. We will be back to give you more information on their journey and how they are doing. This is your GIS report. I am Information Officer Nikita Turnbull, reporting for the Ministry of Communications and Works. Thanks for tuning in.